If I told you the stories about Tom, you wouldn't believe them. When he had a print business in Bray, and I used to have to cover for him when he was hiding from his clients and customers. But anyway, that could take the whole night. I'd like to thank Paul Finnegan and his staff for enabling and assisting this event. It wouldn't have happened without Paul, and he's been so much help to me. It's so appreciated. I really do appreciate it. I'd also like to thank Peter Jones, not Peter Jones and the Monkeys, but Peter Jones. And I always refer to people by their pop names, so that's how I remember them. But Peter helped me so much yesterday and today. As an elder lemon, or a dinosaur, as we say, I couldn't have done the work that he did. It was Trojan work, so thanks to you for that, Peter. I'm deeply indebted to Ian of Crafts Framing. Ian framed my work down through the years, but not only did he frame the work, he exhibited it in his windows at no cost to me, and when he sold, we did a deal and we shared the spoils. And on the spoils, all the money I made in my paintings, I just kept reinvesting and buying materials. I never actually made money for myself. It was just to help me produce my art. And again, thank you, Ian. So how am I doing?
Great.
And also, I go on to Ronan Hayes of Fine Art Prints in Wicklow. Again, give me great help and guidance as a as an old but young to the business of art, helping me with scanning, printing, colour matching, which to me was, yeah, okay, Ronan, just do it, but then when he produced it, it was like the print was better than the original. So thanks very much, Ronan, I really appreciate it. And again, a big thank you must go to Ken Doyle of Bagatelle, and myself and Ken sold it for many years in Greystones in primary school. Ken gave us this amp tonight, but eventually we got to work it. So thanks for that. I'd like to thank Shane Buzz here for doing the music. I don't know if they got it running yet, but I think they have. So I had to say that anyway. So tonight I've just unveiled my latest piece of art, which is an anti-war statement. And although old people know me for doing paintings of faces, and faces interest me most throughout my life, it's the things I find most interesting. I always remember a person by their face. Sometimes I struggle to remember their name, but I'll always recognise them. And I've always been moved by this little boy lying on a beach, and the original painting was purchased by my great friend Pat Stevenson, and he inspired me to produce it. So this led me to produce my latest piece, which you can see at the end there, which was digitally printed with glycine prints, blah blah blah, glorious to tears. So that's the story with that. Sorry, I would like to extend my gratitude and appreciation to David Talbot for all of his help over the years, again with some of my prints and works I was working on. But tonight he pulled out all the stops and did the lectern for me, which is stunning, really good. Delivered at the last minute, but it was brilliant when it arrived. So thank you, David. Sorry, I lost my drifter. I also had great support from many people who not only expressed an interest in my work, but actually became clients and purchased work. Namely my great friend Pat Stevenson, who helped and supported me over the years. Billy Doyle, who bought a couple of original pieces, and of course the lovely Dorian, who bought original pieces when I was trying to sell her the prints. I was amazed. I was on a print sale, buy a print, it's cheap, but she wanted the original. So I was, as a salesperson, I was working against myself, but I couldn't get into her, so I just had to have the original. And again, to one of my friends who is a business friend, but I actually consider him a friend, who's bought some of my pieces and my work down through the years, Lawrence McFarland. And that's just to name a few. Any people I've left out? Oh yeah, I apologise. On my first sojourn into the art world, I produced a website which was done by a 16-year-old boy. And it was fine, it worked, he was doing it as a work experience. But through that website, I sold my first ever painting. And it was astounding. The order came in from Perth. I just couldn't believe it. I sent back the cost with the shipping, and the money was lodged in my bank the next day. And that winged itself all the way to Australia. And that person is supposed to be here tonight, but I don't think she could make it. But she brought the painting back to Ireland, so it's back in Ireland. So her name is Julianne, and I really, really appreciate it at that time. And when I was painting at that time, I really only started painting because I was very sick. So it gave me some therapeutic, something to do with my time, and it was like a spur to go on. People can see what you're trying to paint; they like what you're trying to paint. So that's. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm nearly there. I'm nearly there.
Is this the Oscars?
There's no music up there. Sorry. Lastly, but no means least, I extend another, I've lost it again here, person who helped me was Dermot Byrne Photography and his friend Dave Young, when I worked on a piece, which again, when I think of pieces and I'm not thinking of faces, I have to imagine them in my head. Once I imagine them in my head, they're finished, and then I can finish it, if you can understand that process. But when we went to set it up, we got the props from
need a tissue from me now.
We needed drones, we needed camouflage, and Dermot said he knew David, and David supplied all of that. And to be honest with you, he was deadly. He made a suggestion, and I said, yeah, let's go with it, and it actually adds to the piece. And he actually sat in on the piece, although we chopped his head off, so no one would know who he was. But I know who he is, so again, I'll hold him down. But he's here tonight, so thank you very much, Dave. And thanks so much for coming, I do appreciate it. And again, I really appreciate the efforts that was done with the book, and the book to me became something more than a book, and a company in Drogheda called Anglo Print produced the book as a short-run digital piece. They asked my permission to enter the book into the Irish Print Awards. So basically, the book could actually be a print winner, and hopefully that happens, and then the book becomes more valuable. So that's why people can see this is the art world. So something you buy today for X becomes X plus 3, X plus 4. That's just the way it works. And as a dinosaur of the art world, I don't have many years left, so you know. I'm just here testing. Sorry, I keep losing myself. Finally, on the book itself, and grateful thanks must go to Vaughan Lennon for his masterful piece of visualization, design, and conceptualization in order to achieve this stunning work. Abled and abetted by his son John Lennon, who, you know, what more famous person who worked in your book but John Lennon, who incidentally was born on John Lennon's birthday. So it's turned into a brilliant piece of work, and I think you would agree with me if you've seen the book, that it's not a book, it's a piece of art, and to be seen as a piece of art. And I shouldn't be saying that as an artist, I should be trying to sell my artwork and say, buy the book, my art's in the book. I'm actually saying it the other way around, buy the book for a piece of art. Again, and lastly, nearly there, many thanks to my daughters, Juanita, Odysseia and Aisha, for all their encouragement over the years, and to my wife Teresa, whose words have come back to haunt her. She used to describe, oh, he's up there dreaming again. But seriously, she always supported my work. And nearly there now. Is there more? Sorry. And I may have left someone else, and if I had, you'll have to forgive me. I'd like to thank you all for coming here. It's great to see so many people have turned up, old and young. So it's brilliant to see, and thanks so much. I really do appreciate it, and thank you very much indeed.